Hello everyone. This video is a very special video. Project Solarae has officially reached 1,000 subscribers. I cannot thank you all enough for the support over the entire year my channel has been around. In this video I will be discussing the future of the channel. But before we do that, let me tell you how we got here in the first place. A very, very long time ago, before Project Solarae was even a glimpse of an idea, I found the Alien Biospheres series. Before this time I had almost no exposure to speculative evolution, but this series changed everything. I was deeply inspired by the thought and effort put into the series, making it feel like the planet could be a real place. This led me to seek out other forms of Spec Evo content such as Project Mirror. This fascination with speculative evolution ultimately culminated in me wanting to create my own project. However, at the time I heavily doubted my art skills, especially 3D art. You see, I wanted to emulate the style of Alien Biospheres, but I simply couldn't model for the life of me. This leads us into the dark ages of my Spec Evo career. I thought that if I couldn't make the art, why not have an AI do it for me? This was the start of what would eventually become Project Solarae. However, I soon found out that AI was even worse at making art than I was. Although I could get a really cool image of one creature, when I tried to create an evolution of said creature, it looked nothing like the original. So, I eventually scrapped that idea. This is where the Project Solarae we know today started to take shape. I couldn't do 3D art, I couldn't do digital art, and I couldn't have AI do the work for me. What was I to do? At this time I took a break from working on my own project, but I kept consuming other people's Spec Evo content. During this time I rediscovered Project Mirror. As I re-watched the series, an idea came to mind. Pixel art. Other forms of art may have been too complicated for me, but pixel art is one of the simplest art forms I knew of. And so I decided to give it a try. Some of my first attempts were okay, but I kept trying. Some of the very first official creatures on Verdantara were created during this time, most of which were heavily inspired by Project Mirror. It was also at this time that the planet was being created. I didn't have a firm grasp on what I wanted the inhabitants of this planet to be like at the time, so I drew up some starting creatures and decided to see what happened. You can see this when you look at the creatures of Verdantara. They aren't bad, but they look extremely similar to creatures on Earth. This isn't true for the hexapods though. But compared to the inhabitants of Makiraji, these creatures don't look that alien. Anyways, as I kept working on the project, I started work in my first video describing the planet, its moons, and the star. I didn't feature any of the other planets for some reason, but that isn't important. When I was ready, I posted the first video on the channel. I already had the second video ready, but decided to wait to post it. Once I did post the second video, I laid back and took a month-long break. But after that I was back, and I started pumping out videos. As my channel grew little by little, I kept working. After releasing episode 12 of Project Solarae, a certain comment caught my eye. A user named Vlodozink had commented, "What you think about creating Discord for its project?" I thought it was a fantastic idea, so I created the server a few days later. Some of the first people to join the server were Vlodozink and Dinosaur Dude. You may recognize those names as they created many pieces of fan art. Dinosaur Dude in particular is still creating art to this day. They also have two speculative evolution projects called the Zera Project and Elisthema, the Realm of Serpents, which you should absolutely check out after this video. Other members include Takano Tuga, Triplex, and RJ. Triplex has two projects called Project Rejectors and the Landamores Project. RJ has a project called Project Estrella. All these projects are amazing, and if I provided any inspiration, I am deeply flattered. All the members of my Discord are wonderful, and if you haven't joined, I suggest you do. Anyways, somewhere between episode 12 and 14 I started to become dissatisfied with the simple creatures of Verdantara. I wanted something more fascinating, more alien. So, it was during this time that Makiraji made its first appearance. I capitalized on the fact that I hadn't shown the other planets in the system and began periodic work on Makiraji. Some of the earliest art of the planet was very simple, but it still resembles the Makiraji we know today. Makiraji had a more solid and thought-out premise than Verdantara, which allowed me to focus more on the art of the creatures, instead of how they evolved. And that brings us to present day. Now I'm gonna answer some of your questions about the project. These questions are from members of the Project Solarae Discord. RJ asks, what colors did you originally want the plants for each object to be? Originally I wanted the plants to be red, but seeing as Alien Biospheres already did that, I decided against it. Although, it's kind of silly to think that just because one project uses a plant color another can't. If that were the case, we would have ran out of colors. Takano Tuga asks, what made you switch the amount of pixels in the art so abruptly? The original reason I changed the amount of pixels was to more easily draw larger creatures. For example, the Okeopodia from episode 11 of Project Solarae is drawn on a larger background compared to all the other creatures. It also allows me to convey more detail in my illustrations. However, I have noticed many people seem to be more fond of a more pixelated art style. Therefore, I will soon be switching to a blend of detail and pixelation in my art. This video isn't a Q&A, but I thought I might as well answer some of your questions. Okay, now it's time to discuss the future of the channel and the projects. Verdantara currently has 15 episodes and Makiraji will have slightly more. I already know how the future of these projects will look, but I don't want to spoil too much. I can say that the planets will not be getting second seasons. However, they will each be getting 3 specials around an hour long. I can't say what these specials will be about, but it is exciting. Once these specials are complete, I'm planning on moving away from the Solarae system to explore other worlds and different art styles. There has been talk about Verdantara's habitable moon, Aquilia. We will definitely see this moon again, perhaps in a special of its own. And there you have it, a summary of the history of my channel. It's crazy to think that around a year ago I was just starting out as a creator, and now I have over 1,000 subscribers. A huge thank you to everyone who has liked, subscribed, and commented. Another massive thank you to all the artists and members on Discord. And thank you for taking time out of your day to watch this video. As an extra thank you, I have an announcement. Me and the creator of Project Mirror, along with 2 others, have teamed up to revive the series. We have big things in the works, and we can't wait to share them with you. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you later.